Everyone, thank you for joining Market Simulation Call for Fall 2022 release. My name is Anshuman Vaidya, and today is September 1, 2022. Calls and webinars are recorded for stakeholder convenience, allowing those who are unable to attend to listen to the recordings after the meeting. These recordings will be publicly available on the ISO web page for a limited time following the meetings. The recordings and any related transcription should not be reprinted without the ISO permission. Following agenda, we'll talk about Mapstage Availability. We'll talk about connectivity testing timelines. Then we have market simulation initiatives and timelines. And then we'll talk about system interface changes. We'll deep dive into the different initiatives we have. And then we'll talk about next steps. For Mapstage Availability, you can always log into portalmap.kaiser.com for up-to-date system availability information. Currently, we have a few scheduled maintenance in the following week. On 6th of September, we'll have a master file UI and API. This is for the hybrid resources, and which will allow us to get the resources in. And then we have a few more maintenance scheduled for CMRI and OSS on 14th of September. So anybody has any questions, thoughts, or concerns regarding the Mapstage availability? All right, moving on. For connectivity testing, as I mentioned in the earlier meetings, we have the ALS system available for connectivity testing to submit and receive SE world forecast. And for upcoming connectivity, we have master file starting 7th of September and CMRI OSS starting 15th of September. Anybody has any concerns regarding these timelines?
Hi, Anshuman.
Right.
Can you hear me?
Chenyu.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is Chenyu from PG&E. So a couple questions. First, the ALFS, submit and retrieve. I know you say connectivity test, but as a market participant, we are still waiting for the provisioning instruction.
Okay, we did saw your, I'm sorry, Chenyu, I think I saw a CD ticket for it. Am I not right? Okay, so I have the CD ticket with the SME, and I think we'll reply you back on that regarding the versioning or provisioning on that CD ticket.
Okay, and then also, can you, if you don't, since we do have several delays, do you mind to, like, CD ticket like this probably benefit multiple market participants? Do you mind to start to have a CD ticket section?
Yes.
And being included, so we kind of know what is the progress, what other people have seen. That will be really helpful. Another question is the GRDT, the master file. Look like it's a deployment has moved from the 2nd to the 6th, and it's going to be available on the 7th. Is it? Am I correct there?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and Chindy, that's a great thought. We were also thinking on the same lines, and we're planning to add a known issues section to our calls so that we can discuss any and all of these issues that you just mentioned.
Right, the ALFS issue we have been kind of waiting for some time. So if you can respond, that would be really helpful. Thank you.
Sure thing. I will look into it with priority today. Just make sure we get you a reply back at least on the timeline of this provisioning of ALS so that you can submit the SE world forecast. So let me work on that today. I'll get back to you on that. Perfect. Any other questions? All right, moving on. So we discussed about the changed simulation timelines in the last call. We don't have any more changes for this call. We still have the hybrid resources phase 2B starting first on 20th of September. Then we have scheduled central procurement entity project to be tested on 22nd of September, followed up by flexible ramping product deliverability on 27th, and at the end, the reliability demand response resource response phase 2 on 29th of September. Anybody has any thoughts or concerns regarding these timelines?
Hi, Instrument. Yes, this is Chen Yu again. So with the schedule pushing back, what will be the new end date for the market simulation?
So currently we have it on 14th of October. For all the projects except the CPE project. CPE project still ending on 9/30. The reason for that is we need to have CPE project in production by 14th of October. So we cannot extend the market simulation timeline for it till 14th of September, and the same date we go on production. So we need to end the market simulation for that particular project early.
If it's successful. Thank you.
If it's successful, yes. Perfect. Any other questions? Perfect. All right, moving on. So for system interface changes, we had a question in the last call regarding the cyber changes. We don't have a date for starting these services as of now. Tentatively, we are proposing October, but as I understand from SMEs that will be using UI for this, so these services will be available by October, and that's also tentative. So if anybody has any thoughts or concerns regarding this timeline?
So on what I see. So
ahead, Isaac.
Dynamic limit submission via the API, we're not expecting that until October then.
That is correct. Yeah.
Okay, I would anticipate that most market participants, if they have hybrid resources, they are going to be using API to submit dynamic limits. So to the extent that if that gets further delayed, then we might want to consider pushing out on the production date as well. Just a comment there.
Definitely, Isaac. And I'll discuss that with our team internally and get back to you on that one, on the ramifications of if this gets delayed. Any other thoughts, concerns? All right, moving on.
Hi, Instrument. Sorry, this is Chen Yu. I want to just comment on what Isaac's comment there. I think we agree there, because when you, that was the last slide, when you say the cyber, it's October and you don't even have a date for the October, we really see a schedule risk for November 1.
I totally understand that, Chunyu, and we are working on getting a date for you. I just don't have it today. And, probably in the next call or probably in the call after that, I'll try to get a date for you so that we can plan the rest of the market sim according to that date.
Sure. Thank you. And then I'm looking on the line about that, the master file. So the date here says September 8. It's a little inconsistent what you showed earlier. So it's going to be the 6th, the 7th, or the 8th?
This seems to be, let me get back to you on that one. We were supposed to have the outage on 6th to have the services activated here. I'll check up on these dates and update it before I post the slides.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? All right, moving on. Yeah, the system interface changes for CMRI and OSS. No more changes than what we had in the last meeting. So anybody has any thoughts or concerns regarding these two systems? All right, moving on. For central procurement entity, we have a couple of dates for you. As we mentioned, that structured scenario will be on 22nd. We're planning to do RA data copy from production on either 12th or 13th. We'll have more clarity as we move along this project and all the codes are in. The RA plan submission date is between 14th of September to 19th of September. So market participants can plan to submit the plans for September and October during that time frame. And of course, the scenario document is available at the following link. Anybody has any questions? Go ahead, Mohan.
So, hi, this is Mohan from CW. So, which month RA plan we're gonna use?
I have Firdos here on the call with me. He's the SME for this project. Firdos, do you have any insights on this?
Sure, Anshuman.
Hey.
So, Mohan, you can use for September and October, both months you can use.
Oh, okay. So we submit both plans and we can create different scenarios?
Yes.
Okay.
And if you have any CPE entities.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. And Anshuman, I would also like to provide a little more information. So on, we will be closing the SIRA access in Mapstage starting from today, as we are planning to deploy the CPE code and stabilize, and we'll do the security testing. So that is something I think I forgot to give you this information earlier. So that is the one thing on our Mapstage maintenance closure, if you want to update. So SIRA will be closed starting from today until we clear the security test.
Thank you for those. I'll add that as part of the maintenance window. So we'll be closing SIRA starting today. And do you have an end date for it?
Yes, as I said, we want to get this thing done before 9/13, September 13 will be this is what our target, and as soon as we have the QRB approval, we plan to open it on 9/14 onward.
Perfect. Thank you for the update, Firdos. Anybody has any questions for Firdos on this?
Yes, hi, Firdos. Thank you for the update. This is Chen Yu. Just a quick question. Understand the SC submission date at the timeline. So we know that September 14 to 19, it's too late to submit the RA plan for September by your business rule. So you can twist the business rule to allow the submission for the RA for September?
Yes, Chino, I think that's what was the question last call as well, and I think we will be updating those configurations so that you can use September and October both months if you want to.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you, Chen Yu. Any other questions? All right. Moving on to the next one, the flexible ramping product. And the structured scenario for this is on 27th of September, and then the scenario document is available here. So if anybody has any thoughts or concerns regarding any scenarios for this project, please let us know.
Hi, Anshuman.
All right.
I have another question.
Sure.
Sorry. So just because of the timeline change, I think it triggers questions. So seeing the timeline for flexible ramping and others project starting point is September 15 on this one. So is Kaiso plan to run the market starting from September 15 and onward?
That is correct. Yes, the code will be available there. And if market participants wants to do any unstructured testing, we more than welcome you to perform those on the dates when we are not performing any other structured testing.
Okay, thank you. Good to know.
Thank you. Any other questions for this project? All right, moving on. For hybrid resources phase 2B, this project will be available after 19th of September. Planning to do the scenarios on 20th of September, and the scenario document is available on the following link. So anybody has any questions regarding this project? All right, moving on. The last project is the reliability demand resource response phase 2. We're planning to make the code available by 19th of September, and we're planning to run the scenarios on 29th of September. And the link for scenarios document is available on the slide here. Any thoughts or concerns regarding this project? All right. Well, that's all I had for today's teleconference. The next one is scheduled on Tuesday, September 6th, due to the Labor Day holiday. So we will see you at 2 p.m. on Tuesday. I'll open it up for any other comments or any CD tickets that I can help with. Please let me know.
Yeah, hey Anshuman, this is Isaac with SCE. Just wondering if you guys have an update on that cyber API regarding the price ceiling table for the retreat bid API. We're still having problems with getting access to that information.
Right. So regarding that, we are still trying to put that patch in production, but we don't have a date yet on that one. And I saw that you have a CD ticket regarding that. And let me work with my SMEs and get you a date back on when this will be available in production.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Ashman, this is Ann Segisman from PG&E. I have one question.
Go ahead, Ann.
Are you planning on syncing up the master file that's in production into Mapstage? Because I know there are differences in some of the resources, and I'm just trying to understand if I can use a production type master file, or if I have to pull down all the master files from Mapstage into our QA environment, because there are differences in Pmaxes that bother me.
That's a great question, and we try to keep the master file as close to production in Mapstage. But if you're seeing a few discrepancies regarding any of the resources, maybe you could let us know, and we can take special attention to those resources to make sure they're updated.
Well, I see a lot of them on RDRR. And I know I changed a couple of them, but I know we have more resources, and I know they're totally different. And so I can handle each. I just want to know if they would be updated. That's all.
Let me get you an updated answer by the next meeting before we have the master patch in, so that we are all on the same page.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions or CD tickets that I can help with? All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining the meeting. See you back again on Tuesday, September 6th.